Aarav stood at the edge of the village square, the warm light of the setting sun casting long shadows over the dusty streets. His gaze lingered on the distant mountains, their peaks bathed in golden hues, while the murmurs of the village buzzed softly in the background. This moment should have been filled with excitement. Today, he was to meet the old Zen master who had recently moved to the village. Yet, as his feet remained rooted to the ground, a sense of unease gripped him. For weeks now, doubt had been his constant companion, following him like an invisible weight. What if I'm not good enough to learn from him? He thought, the familiar question echoing in his mind. What if my presence only proves how unworthy I am? He had heard stories of Master Ryo, an elderly monk who had traveled through many places, teaching the deep wisdom of Zen. Aarav had always felt drawn to the simplicity of Zen, but each time he thought about taking a step toward it, his mind flooded with barriers, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and the overwhelming fear of never being enough. It wasn't just about the monk or the teachings. It was about him, about his constant feeling of being trapped in his own hesitation. The thought of facing his fears head-on felt impossible, as if his entire life had been a series of missed chances, all because of one thing: doubt. As Aarav stood there, caught in his thoughts, the village gate creaked open, and an old man slowly approached him, his walking stick tapping the earth with a steady rhythm. Master Ryo had an aura of calm that seemed to settle over everything he passed. His weathered face was marked by deep lines of experience, but his eyes, though gentle, sparkled with an unspoken depth. He stopped a few paces from Aarav, his presence quiet but undeniable. You stand at the edge, but your mind has yet to move forward, Master Ryo said in a voice that seemed to resonate with the very air around them. Aarav blinked in surprise. I'm sorry, Master. I didn't mean to be rude, he stammered, his voice laced with embarrassment. Master Ryo smiled softly, his eyes twinkling. No need to apologize. It is the nature of doubt to keep us at the edge, never letting us take the first step. But come, walk with me. With that, the old monk began to move, his steps slow but purposeful, as though he had all the time in the world. Aarav followed him, the sound of their footsteps mingling in the evening stillness. They passed through the village, where children played and elders sat by their doorways. Yet the closer they came to the master's humble home, the quieter the world seemed. Master Ryo led him to a small courtyard filled with wildflowers. Nothing extravagant, but a space that felt serene in its simplicity. The air was fresh here, filled with the earthy scent of the land. Master Ryo motioned for Aarav to sit beside him on a simple mat. The mind is like this courtyard, the master began, his voice soft but filled with authority. It holds many thoughts, many flowers of ideas, but they grow only when given the right space. The doubt that fills your mind is not the enemy. It is the space in which you have allowed it to grow. Aarav's brow furrowed. But Master, I can't just ignore the doubt. It's always there, whispering that I'm not good enough. Master Ryo nodded, as though expecting this response. The mind is a garden. It will grow whatever seeds you plant in it. If you keep planting doubt, it will flourish. But if you plant curiosity, patience, and openness, doubt will lose its grip. The old monk paused, looking directly into Aarav's eyes. It is not the doubt itself that harms you, but your attachment to it. Aarav looked at the old man, his confusion deepening. So how do I stop being attached to it? Every time I try, doubt pulls me back, stronger than before. Master Ryo's lips curved into a slight smile. You do not fight the weeds, Aarav. You simply stop nurturing them. He stood slowly and gestured for Aarav to follow. They walked toward the edge of the village, to a quiet field where the evening light bathed everything in a soft amber glow. At the far side of the field stood a simple, unmarked stone structure. Master Ryo led him inside, and there on the stone floor were several pieces of worn cloth. Sit here, Master Ryo said. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Let go of the thoughts that fill your mind. When doubt comes, simply observe it. as if it were a passing cloud. Do not engage with it, and do not try to push it away. Just be aware of it and let it pass. Aarav settled down onto the cloth, his legs crossed and his hands resting gently on his knees. His mind buzzed with noise, memories, anxieties, uncertainties. But Master Ryo's words echoed within him. Do not fight it, simply observe. Time passed and the room became still. The noise in Aarav's mind began to fade, not because he forced it away, but because he stopped engaging with it. Gradually, the doubts began to lose their power over him, like shadows that receded with the setting sun. When he opened his eyes, Master Ryo was still sitting across from him, watching quietly. Aarav felt different, lighter, as if a weight had lifted from his shoulders. You see, Master Ryo said softly, you are not your doubts. You are the one who observes them. The more you separate yourself from them, the less control they have over you. Aarav took a deep breath, his chest feeling fuller, his mind clearer. I think I understand, Master. Doubt is not something to fight or banish. It's something to let be, without allowing it to define me. Master Ryo nodded. Exactly. And remember, Aarav, clarity does not come from force. It comes from acceptance. Let go of the need for certainty, and you will find peace in uncertainty. As Aarav stood up to leave, he felt a shift inside him, a subtle yet powerful realization. He didn't need to have all the answers, nor did he need to be free from doubt. The journey itself was enough. He could take steps, even in the presence of uncertainty, and the path would reveal itself as he moved forward. Before he left, Master Ryo spoke one last time. Aarav, remember this. The moon does not rush to rise, yet it rises at the perfect moment. Do not rush your growth, for it will unfold as it should. With those final words, Aarav felt a deep sense of peace settle within him. As he walked back through the village, the world around him seemed quieter, the weight of doubt lifting with each step. He didn't need to have everything figured out. For the first time in a long while, he felt free, and so the lesson lived with him. Doubt is a thief, but it only steals what you allow it to take. Let it be, and you will be free.